Good Monday makers. In this week's episode, we're looking at a custom bike table, a skateboard rack, a garbage can caddy, a rain barrel cart, and a rack for a fold up wagon. All kinds of cool things that people have done with conduit and other materials. Let's jump in and check them out. First up is a build from Take a Trip Company, and it looks like they make bags. You can see on their Instagram, I think they make bike bags. We can see here, I think
Oh, yeah.
bike bags that attach underneath the seat, and it looks like they have some cool water bottles and stuff too. But it looks like in Bend, Oregon, designed and sewn by Michael.
Nice.
Dave, you might know more about bike bags than I do.
Yeah, this is really cool because this is something I've gotten into lately. I've been cycling a lot, and these bags, are super. Click on that one to the left of the pink where it shows the bike. Yeah. So they're, you put bags in different configurations on your frame and it allows you to carry all kinds of different things, tools, food.
Oh,
This is like for a longer day sort of trip. And you can make it, they come big. So you can do bike packing. That's like
hmm,
overnight excursions. But this is just so you can get the stuff off of your back and
nice.
onto the bike. So this is really cool. I've gotten some bikes recently by our next door neighbor.
Oh yeah.
Our industrial, where the shop is, our next door neighbor
Hmm.
has a cycling company that does a lot of these cool adventure bags. ORR Cycles. So check them out. And so I put some bags on my bike.
That's really cool. So Michael designs and makes these bags, but recently he made something else,
Those are
and
wild, by the way.
yeah, they're really cool color schemes and everything. But you can see here, here he's going down the road.
Whoa!
I think he was going to some kind of trade show or maybe like a farmer's market kind of thing. And he built this table, this display for it that he could keep on his bike while he rode there.
Oh, come on!
So you can see here's moving kind of fast, but you can see built like a rectangle shape just attached to the bike there at the bottom with 90-degree connectors. Goes up, has some nice angled braces, and basically makes this framework for this
Wow.
top here. Then he attaches the top to it, and there he is, all set up. He got everything out and then out on the table, and he made this display. I guess that's a trailer. Is that a trailer or I don't know. It's like a very long bike.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of bike that is, but they have these cargo bikes.
Oh,
Sometimes the cargo's in the back, and it's just
mm-hmm.
like imagine a tandem bike,
Right.
right? But like instead of a second person,
Mm,
there's a cargo space.
I see.
But that's so neat.
Yeah, so he made this display table that he could take his bags and everything to this trade show. And then we'll see that first clip again. I love this. It looks like he's booking it down the street, and
Yeah,
you can see the table attached. So
he's
that's
calling.
yeah, so that's really awesome from Michael and Take a Trip Co. Definitely check them out.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Glad you found it useful.
Next up is a build from the one and only Jason, Hank the Tank. And we've seen a lot of his builds where he's done camping in the Honda Element, and he's done a like a bed, a convertible bed, all kinds of cool things. We actually did an interview with Jason. You can check that out on the channel. But recently, this is his most recent build. I think there's still an issue with the sound, so I'll just narrate here. What he's got is one of these, the wire shelves that you can find at Lowe's or Home Depot. Really common thing you can get, and it's basically just a kit for a rectangular wire shelf that has this 1 inch OD pipe, and then it has the wire shelves that have a kind of a flange on the end that slides over the pipe, and you can adjust it. Well, he said he uses a ton of those around his house and garage and area, and he said, you can see he's got firewood on this one, but he wanted to get some skateboards off the ground. So what he's done is he's attached maker pipe connectors, specifically 45-degree connectors, directly to those poles, and that allowed him to basically make a rack to put his skateboards on. But since the OD is 1 inch, it's a little bit bigger than 3/4 inch EMT, he had to do a little bit of a hack, which was really clever. And we've actually found several people do this for pipes that are larger than conduit or larger than the diameter of the connectors fit. He basically put it on there, then used a clamp to squeeze it tight and kind of reform it or kind of get it close enough that he could put the nut and bolt through. And then he attaches the conduit to it, as you can see here. And he basically just did that on both sides all the way up and just added as many shelves as he wanted. And then we can see here it is finished. It looks like he added 4 total, and now he's got the skateboards attached to the bars. They're
I
really
mean, those are everywhere. Those wire shelves.
mhm.
So And I think we've seen this with a few builds. We had like a rabbit cage, a rabbit enclosure, right?
Yep.
That was one thing, and a few other customizing ththose wire racks because they're super cheap and
hmm
really useful. But to just be able to put a hook on, right, or something to hang
hmm
things. It could be a coat hook. Here you used a skateboard. I love that. But yeah, super awesome idea.
Thanks so much for sharing that in the community. I think he said he might be doing another one to get the bikes off the ground. So that'll be
Nice.
cool to see. But thanks, Jason. Really great to see. All right, next up is kind of a similar hack, but it's a totally different build. This was from Joseph, and he said that over 15 years ago he purchased a garbage can caddy, and he said he's been using it a ton, and it's really useful. But he's had to make several repairs over the years, including a lot of duct tape and epoxy. He said eventually had to throw in the towel because the device does not exist anymore. He said he looked everywhere, can't buy it anymore, but he wanted one, so he tried to fix it, kept messing up. So then he found MakerPipe, and we can see here it is in pieces. And I think the joints is what was messing up, maybe the welded joints, because 15 years is it's a long time to be using this thing. But there was no parts to replace it, and he couldn't buy another one. So what he did was he used MakerPipe. I think there's 4 total connectors, just kind of on the end here, and then on the other end as well. And basically just reconnected this all together and just used the maker pipe with the bars that would already exist. He didn't have to use any conduit. He basically just used the connectors to repurpose this garbage can caddy. And you can see he said that the pipes were a little larger, again, kind of like Jason's build. They were a little bit over the size of conduit. So what he did was he used a vise, or actually, no. He said using a pair of channel locks, he was able to get the 3/4 inch tees in place. And then he said some of the tubes were 3/4 inch. So kind of had to mix and match 1 inch and 3/4 inch OD pipes, but he used maker pipes, some shims, and channel locks to get it to work. And then here he said it is. It's finished and he's able to use it after 15 years and he's super excited because he said it's super useful. So that's a really cool story and a really cool build. He's able to reuse that garbage can caddy. Thanks so much, Joseph, for sharing that. Next up is a build from Father Fire in the community, and this is a 125-gallon rain catch barrel, and he's hooking that to the gutters to just catch some rainwater for emergency water usage. And you can see here that he just built a simple cart for the rain barrel. It's just 4 90-degree connectors, super simple. And then there's casters hammered into the end, just one on each vertical. And then here it is, all complete and in place. He's just got the cart as we saw in the last picture. Here it is in place. It's just 490, super simple, and the rain barrel just kind of sits in between the pipes. And then he's got, I've never actually seen this before, but I guess the attachment that catches the water goes into the gutter there, just kind of drilled into the side. And I think he said he used some cheesecloth as like a filter for it. But he says he's going to catch, it's 125 gallons, which is going to be pretty heavy.
I don't understand that at all. How does that work?
I have no idea because if it's just like a flange there and just a hole, that's not going to catch any water.
No, it's just the rain's gonna keep going all the way down.
I would imagine on the inside there's got to be something that goes into it. Like whether it be just kind of cuts off at the gutter there.
Or like the bottom of the gutter's plugged, so then it builds up and then
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know either.
That's kind of a mystery, but cool application.
Yeah, cool build. I mean, simple cart, just 4 connectors, 4 casters, but looks like it's doing the job. And since it's on wheels, you can roll that around if you need to roll it into the garage or roll it inside.
Right, wherever you need to use the water at, right?
mhm.
If it's somewhere other than that.
Thanks, Father Fire, for sharing that in the community. Really great to see.
Yep, appreciate it.
Next up is a build from Jason, a different Jason, sent this in through email. And this is really cool. So you've probably seen these wagons. This is a Quest wagon, and it's just it folds up, and you can store it easily. And you see these people take them to the beach, all kinds of different things.
It's like the baseball, kids baseball game, soccer
That's what he's
game,
using it for.
car.
Yeah,
Oh yeah?
yeah. He said he's using it for a baseball game, but you can see all this gear that they had
Oh my
couldn't
gosh.
fit inside of there. So what he's done is he's created this rack that sits inside and telescopes
Yeah.
up. And you can see whenever he telescopes it up, it just creates, it doesn't actually really support anything, but it just keeps it from rolling off the side and allows you to just keep going vertical with it. And it's just, he built a box basically. There's 490s on the bottom, 490s on the top, 1/2 inch telescoping inside of 3/4 inch with a telescoping clamp. It's got 4 of those total. They just go up. Then he's got 2 T connectors and basically just added connectors and pipes sticking off wherever he needed to hold something. So this bottom one, I think basically is just kind of like a catch, just like up here where it kind of keeps the table and stuff. But he said going to baseball games, they were tired of carrying all this stuff by hand and it wouldn't all fit in the wagon. That's why he made this. Oh, here it is. You can see without anything on it. And
And
then,
it collapses down to almost nothing.
oh yeah, just wait,
Well,
just wait.
something.
Because he's got these here on the sides for that, and then he takes the two pipes out, folds it up, and then he uses the spring clips attached to his wall and just stores the whole thing on the wall. You can see he just took a few of those pipes out and he stores the whole thing on the wall. So it's out of the way, and then this thing folds up, and it's just a compact solution. So great.
Man, you want to be the envy of the baseball game or soccer game? At least I would be envious. I would think this is super cool.
But yeah, super awesome. I think it's like 10 total connectors, 12 total connect. Well, I guess there's a few more, but it's really cool. He's able to, compact it down, store it on the wall, and just get out of the way. But he's able to then use it, take all the stuff to the baseball field. So thanks so much, Jason, for sharing that through email. That's really awesome. That's all the builds we have for you this week. Hope you guys enjoyed them as much as we did. Thanks everybody for posting your builds. We love seeing them. If you want to see any of the projects in more detail, check out the links down below. And if you want to see the live stream that we did this morning, that goes a little bit deeper into some of the builds, then check that out below as well. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you in the next video.